What is up, Pittsburgh Steelers fans? It's your old friend, Indy Tim here with the Pittsburgh Steelers Black and Gold Daily Blitz. Welcome into FanStream Sports. Welcome into the network. Welcome into the show. If you're listening on the recorded audio podcast, then I would urge you to subscribe to wherever you listen to your podcasts. Leave us a great review so other people can find the podcast as well. If you are watching on the FanStream Sports TV, which is our YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe there as well. Give us a comment. We're going to talk Colts and Steelers, so I would love to hear what your thoughts are as I continue to get my throat going here. On Colts versus Steelers and what to expect this week, the Colts are going to have to lean on what they feel is an improved defense, what they feel is an improved ground game to somehow try to derail the Steelers and that just incredible defense that they've put together. And the Colts identified this challenge long before they had to watch any tape this week on the Steelers, just like any Steelers opponent does. They got to figure out a way to prevent TJ Watt from just dominating and wrecking the game, right? That's the focus for any club that plays Pittsburgh. In 5 career games versus the Colts, TJ Watt has 15 tackles, 5.5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, and 4 wins. The only loss in the series that he has suffered while playing in it was back in December. And in that loss, he had 3 tackles and 2 sacks. So it, of course, had nothing to do with the play of TJ Watt. The Steelers have won all 6 regular season games they have played, as Watt recorded 23 tackles, 5 sacks. But, of course, just his presence does more than just, on tape. Well, we have to account for TJ Watt. It does way more than that. So it looks like the approach that Indy is going to be taking here is to run the ball, which they can do with Anthony Richardson and running back Jonathan Taylor. And they'll be trying to give the Steelers and Watt different looks to sort of, I don't know how they're going to do this. It's not going to be very successful. I can tell you right now, they're not good enough to do this. But they're going to be giving the Steelers defense different looks to try to keep them off balance with Jonathan Taylor and Anthony Richardson. Jonathan Taylor topped the 100-yard mark in each of the past 2 weeks. That was against Green Bay and Chicago. Whoop-de-doo. Those are not Steelers caliber defenses. And Taylor's trying to find his first 3-game streak since 2021 for 3 straight 100-yard rushing games. Back then, that was the year he was the NFL's rushing champ. So, I don't see that happening for Taylor this week. Richardson really hasn't showcased his running ability since he's been a pro. He missed most of last year with the injury, of course. This year, he's got 18 carries for 117 yards and 1 score. Again, not anything I'm completely afraid of here, but something that the Steelers will have to pay attention to for sure. And I think we'll see more running attempts from Richardson against the Steelers here this week. The Steelers are sitting at 3-0 for the 9th time since 1970. They're winning with a proven formula. That formula is defense, defense, defense. Justin Fields, don't lose us the game. That's what they're doing, and it's working right now. Watt leads that number 2 ranked defense, basically keeping teams out of the end zone while the offense continues to run the ball and play keep away. That is the formula. Their offensive line has allowed just 6 sacks, giving Justin Fields a chance to be 3-0, sort of reset his career since he was almost lost in Chicago. Everybody forgot basically who he was. By the way, look for that same thing to happen to Caleb Williams. It's not just the quarterback, it's the franchise. That's what they always say. But the Colts are going to focus regardless of what they do offensively, defensively, or regardless of what they do offensively. Defensively, they're going to be watching for TJ Watt to see where he is. Speaking of Taylor, they'll have to be focusing on Taylor with just TJ Watt and maybe somebody new on the other side because Alex Highsmith is going to be out with a groin injury. So the Steelers will be turning to Nick Herbig and the old Aggie, DeMarvin Leal. Leal, of course, is a converted defensive end. He is completely capable of this job. I believe he just needs some more opportunities, and he'll get them. He will get them. Him and Herbig will get lots of opportunities because Indy will do everything they possibly can to run opposite side from where Watt is lined up. So look for that. Look for Leal and Herbig to have lots of opportunities to show what they can do here in the league. And, you know, the Steelers' defense, deservedly so, is getting a lot of attention here around the league because of what it's been able to do, because of what it is doing, allowing the fewest total yards and points in the league. So the Colts will certainly have themselves some work to do there at Lucas Oil Stadium on Sunday. By the way, it's a 1 o'clock Eastern Time kickoff on CBS. Colts cornerback Jalen Jones turned in the best individual effort, I think, last week in the AFC. He picked off 2 passes, broke up another, finished with 5 tackles in the 21-16 win over the Bears. So that's something Justin Fields will need to be preparing for and staying away from throwing towards Jalen Jones. Arthur Smith and the playbook, it seems to be expanding just a little bit while Justin Fields gets a little bit more confidence. And maybe as the team continues to believe in him a little bit more, as he has been able to manage games. He hasn't lost games for the Steelers. And that's really all they're asking him to do. However, the offense is going to need some more contributions from someone who's not named George Pickens, which they could get. Calvin Austin caught 4 passes for 95 yards and a touchdown last week against the Chargers. Scotty Miller had himself a little bit of a game with just 2 catches and 31 yards, including that 20-yard catch and run on 3rd down that set up the 5-yard touchdown by Fields. So I think the Steelers could get a little more offensive production from some people while the defense does what the defense does, and that's what they're going to do. So it should be a good game at Lucas Oil Stadium. Colts, Steelers, week 4. Steelers trying to go 4-0 on the season. The Colts trying to avoid a 1-3 start, which would almost certainly spell playoff doom for them with the young quarterback Anthony Richardson under center. So we'll be looking for your predictions. Find me on the X. Find me on Threads at IndyCar Tim. I would love to talk to you there. Or just leave us a comment in the comment section below the video here on FanStream Sports. We'd love to hear your thoughts, maybe your predictions, and your thoughts on the quarterback. Seems to be a contentious subject. About half the fan base wants Fields, half the fan base wants Wilson. Wilson might not even be a Steeler by the end of the year. There, I said it out loud. And I'm on Team Wilson, by the way. We'll do it again as we get closer to game time. If not, then right after the game for the post game with the Colts. Until then, boys and girls, we'll see you.